In a world of shifting alliances and economic headwinds, some partnerships endure, while others are forged anew in the crucible of necessity. One such relationship, deep-rooted in history, is now taking on a dramatic new form. Why do nearly 40% of India's vast crude oil imports now originate from Russia? A seismic shift from just a few years ago. And why is Washington watching with such intense focus as Russian President Vladimir Putin meets with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the heart of New Delhi? The answer is complex, touching upon economics, strategy, and the very architecture of global power. Because this visit isn't just a routine diplomatic engagement, it's a high-stakes summit that could fundamentally reshape trade, redrawing the commercial maps of Eurasia. It could redefine a decades-old defense partnership, moving from simple procurement to sophisticated joint manufacturing and technological codependence. And it could cement energy ties for a generation, creating a powerful axis of supply and demand that operates outside of traditional Western-led frameworks. This is the story of what's really on the table when Moscow comes to Delhi. The choreography of a state visit is a language in itself, each gesture and event laden with meaning. When President Putin's Ilyushin Il-96 touched down in New Delhi on December 4th, the world was watching. This wasn't just any visit, it was a powerful statement. The reception was meticulously planned to convey warmth, respect, and the enduring strength of the India-Russia relationship, officially designated as a special and privileged strategic partnership. The first evening was reserved for a private dinner between Putin and Prime Minister Modi at his official residence. Away from the cameras and the formalities, this was an opportunity for a candid exchange, a chance to build personal rapport and set the tone for the substantive discussions to follow. The following day, the formal proceedings began. A grand ceremonial reception at Rashtrapati Bhavan, the majestic presidential palace, showcased the full pageantry of an Indian state welcome. This was followed by a solemn moment at Rajghat, where President Putin laid a wreath at the memorial to Mahatma Gandhi, a gesture of respect for India's founding father and its principles of peace. The diplomatic centerpiece of the visit was the series of summit talks held at Hyderabad House, the traditional venue for high-level foreign engagements. Here, flanked by their respective delegations, the leaders delved into the intricate details of their bilateral agenda. The day culminated in a lavish state banquet, a final formal affirmation of the bonds being renewed. Every step, from the airport tarmac to the banquet hall, was designed to send a clear message. Despite global pressures, the partnership between New Delhi and Moscow remains a priority for both nations. At the core of this summit lies a bold economic ambition. India and Russia are aiming to catapult their bilateral trade from its current level of around $69 billion to an ambitious $100 billion by the year 2030. This isn't just a target, it's a strategic objective that requires a fundamental re-engineering of their commercial relationship. For years, the trade basket has been heavily skewed. Russia has been a major supplier of defense hardware and, more recently, hydrocarbons. India, in turn, has exported pharmaceuticals, agricultural products, and some manufactured goods. But to reach the $100 billion mark, this mix must diversify and expand dramatically. A key focus of the talks is on overcoming the logistical hurdles that have historically constrained trade. Two major transport corridors are central to this effort. The first is the International North-South Transport Corridor, or INSTC. This 7,200-kilometer multimodal network of ship, rail, and road routes aims to move freight between India, Iran, Azerbaijan, and Russia, potentially cutting transit times by up to 40% compared to the traditional Suez Canal route. The second, and increasingly important, is the Eastern Maritime Corridor. This direct shipping lane connects the Russian port of Vladivostok in the Far East with the Indian port of Chennai. This route not only offers a secure alternative but also opens up Russia's resource-rich Far East to Indian investment and trade. New agreements on streamlining customs, Improving port infrastructure and ensuring the smooth flow of goods along these corridors are critical to unlocking the full potential of this economic partnership. Defense has long been the bedrock of the India-Russia relationship. For decades, the Indian military has been one of the largest operators of Russian-made equipment, from fighter jets and tanks to naval vessels. But the nature of this cooperation is evolving. The landmark deal for the S-400 Triumph air defense system marked a turning point. Despite the threat of U.S. sanctions under CAATSA, India proceeded with the multi-billion-dollar acquisition, signaling its commitment to strategic autonomy. Now, the conversation has moved beyond simple buyer-seller dynamics. A crucial item on the agenda is the lifecycle support and maintenance for the S-400 systems already delivered. Ensuring these highly sophisticated assets remain fully operational requires deep collaboration, including the establishment of in-country maintenance, repair, and overhaul facilities. Even more significant is the push for joint manufacturing and co-production. This aligns with Prime Minister Modi's Make in India initiative, which aims to transform the country into a global defense manufacturing hub. Discussions are underway for the joint production of spare parts, a critical issue that has sometimes plagued India's Russian origin platforms. Beyond spares, there's talk of co-developing and manufacturing next-generation equipment, from advanced infantry combat vehicles to potentially even fifth-generation fighter aircraft components. This deeper integration would not only ensure a reliable supply chain for India, but also lock in the strategic partnership for decades to come. Regular joint military exercises like the Indra series further enhance interoperability and trust between the two armed forces, making the defense relationship a living, breathing entity. Perhaps the most dramatic shift in the relationship has been in the energy sector. Before 2022, Russian crude oil constituted a negligible fraction of India's imports. Today, it accounts for nearly 40%. This transformation was driven by market forces and geopolitical shifts. Following the conflict in Ukraine, Western sanctions and price caps on Russian oil created an opportunity for major energy consumers like India. Able to purchase discounted Urals crude, Indian refiners have seen their margins soar. This has provided a significant economic cushion for the nation, helping to manage inflation and fuel its rapidly growing economy. The summit aims to formalize and stabilize this arrangement, moving from opportunistic spot purchases to more predictable long-term supply contracts. Beyond oil, the energy dialogue extends to natural gas and civil nuclear cooperation. Russia's Rosatom is already a key partner in India's nuclear power program, most notably at the Kudankulam nuclear power plant in Tamil Nadu. Discussions are focused on expediting the construction of existing units and finalizing agreements for new, more advanced VVER 1200 reactors at a new site. This cooperation is vital for India's clean energy transition and its long-term energy security. By deepening ties across oil, gas, and nuclear power, India and Russia are building a comprehensive energy partnership that serves both their economic and strategic interests, creating a powerful synergy independent of global market volatility and Western political pressure. All this burgeoning trade in energy and defense goods presents a significant challenge: how to pay for it all without running afoul of Western sanctions, particularly those targeting the U.S. dollar-based global financial system. This has accelerated the push for alternative payment mechanisms. For months, India and Russia have been experimenting with a rupee-ruble trade arrangement. However, a massive trade imbalance, with India importing far more than it exports to Russia, has led to billions of rupees accumulating in Russian accounts in India, which are difficult to repatriate or spend. To solve this, a new, more complex system is being explored. This involves using the currency of a third country, such as the United Arab Emirates dirham, as an intermediary for settling payments. The goal is to create a resilient financial architecture that can withstand external pressures. This includes linking their respective domestic payment systems, India's Unified Payments Interface, or UPI, and Russia's SPFS, its alternative to the SWIFT messaging network. These new payment arrangements are not just technical fixes. They are a strategic move towards de-dollarization, a long-term goal for both countries seeking greater economic sovereignty. Alongside payments, the issue of shipping and insurance is paramount. With major Western insurers and shipping lines withdrawing from the Russian market, India and Russia are working to establish their own certification and insurance mechanisms to ensure that the vital flow of oil, weapons, and other goods continues uninterrupted. This summit does not happen in a vacuum. It is a carefully calculated act of diplomatic theater played out on a global stage fraught with tension. For India, it is a masterclass in multi-alignment. Even as it deepens its security cooperation with the United States, Japan, and Australia through the Quad, it simultaneously reaffirms its special and privileged ties with Moscow. This balancing act is central to India's foreign policy, allowing it to maintain its strategic autonomy and pursue its national interests without being drawn into any single camp. For Russia, the visit is a powerful rebuttal to Western attempts to isolate it. Showcasing a strong partnership with a rising global power like India demonstrates that it still has influential friends and robust economic options beyond Europe and North America. The relationship is also a cornerstone of broader multilateral forums like BRICS and the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, where both countries advocate for a more multipolar world order that is less dominated by the West. While Washington may express its concerns privately, it understands the historical depth of India-Russia ties and India's critical need for affordable energy and reliable defense supplies. The visit, therefore, is a delicate dance. It sets a clear roadmap for cooperation through 2030, solidifying deals in trade, defense, and energy. While the summit may produce more headlines than immediate miraculous breakthroughs, its true significance lies in the strategic direction it sets. It is a powerful reaffirmation that in the complex geopolitics of the 21st century, old friendships are being reimagined for a new era,